Welcome to part 2 of the tutorial on the object relational mapper with Python and FastAPI. At the end of the last tutorial, we had the food product as cards here. And we have a model here with food. So in Python, class food, we're extending SQL model ID name description. Within the routes pages.py in Python, we are using the model that we created, which was called food, and we're starting it with fake data. So we instantiate each one, and then it will appear on the page. In the food model here, image URL, which is the name of the variable that we're creating, string, which is the type that we are creating, and we'll have it be okay to be none, and the field and we'll make it so that it can be null. We added something very similar to the first two. It's almost exactly the same. Description and the image URL are both nullable. We're going to save it now, and then we're going to add a image to the foods here. I'm going to store the images locally. So within the project root, there's a folder called static. Within static, there's a folder called images. Within images, there's now a folder called Craig Market, should be in your name. So I've got some images here that I just downloaded for personal testing locally on my computer: barbecue, corn on the cob, country fried steak, and pork chop. So I'll show you how I got one of them. So let's look at, let's say, fried chicken on Google image search. And there's a bunch of fried chicken here. So we're just going to look at one of them that looks good. I'm going to just right click it, and I'm going to save the image. I'm going to call it fried chicken. And it's now right here, it's WebP. So do that for the foods that you want to handle. And we'll start with one of them here. We'll call ours barbecue dinner. And we'll change the burrito to pork, chicken, sausages. And we'll have so I have the little help context here if you forget what it was. Because we're using Pydantic, this should come up on your editor. I'm going to use image URL right there. Image URL equals, and there's just going to be a URL here, which is going to be in static. Actually, I have the fried chicken right there. I'm going to copy the relative path. And I'm actually put the fried chicken instead of the barbecue dinner. So let's go find the barbecue dinner under static images, Craig store, and then barbecue dinner. Oh man, it looks good. Copy relative path. We'll go back into pages, and then we will replace the chicken with the barbecue. barbecue.jpg and index.html. We will look for, or maybe under the food name, and we will add first a div, and then within the div, we're going to add an image. And then for the source, it's going to be for the variable, very similar to the food description. We just have food.image URL, and the out will be something like let's just say food image for now. Oh, maybe image of food.name. You can see how it looks. Image comes up, and we'll just add some styling. Class equals, for this Tailwind styling, we're using Tailwind in this tutorial series. Maybe height is 48. Width will be full. Maybe we'll cover the object. Maybe some rounded large angles. Margin bottom 4. And let's see how it looks. Nice. Rounded corners right there. Okay. So let's go back to the pages here and then make the changes to match up with your food and your images. And then, so pause the video now. Let's come back and do it. I'm going to change this styling of the description just a little bit. Margin top to maybe try to smaller, see how it looks. We can go to /admin. We can see the panel. By default, it's admin at example.com and admin123. So right now there's no food here. Let's try to add it in. So I'm going to do Control C, and I'm going to clear the database. uv opman.py, delete. It will delete the database. I'm going to reinitialize the database with db. Then I'm going to create a super user so we can log in again. And right now it should be blank data in it. I just press Control C. Let's go back and set up the admin panel. It's under admin. There's views and setup. Let's hit the views one first. So I'm going to copy the product admin views first. Let's go to the bottom. We'll paste it in, and it'll be food admin. Model will be food, which we need to import. So at the top, it's importing from models, which is the name of the file that we edited earlier. So if you recall, there's this file models that we edited, and we had this class food. So it's from models, the file, right? So it's models.py. You don't have to put py on the import. And then we're going to import the specific class, which is what remember? It's food. So we're going to import food, and now we can use food down here, and there's no longer a error. We're going to change the what's displayed because it's different. We just need the name and description. We don't need the image URL. Might be confusing, and we'll have the name and the description be sortable. So then the food admin is done. We'll leave the permissions the same. In setup, we have to import, so from views, we're going to import the food admin, food admin. And so at the bottom of this file, since I just imported it, we can add it in. So we'll go admin dot add view. There you go. And it'll be food admin. Going to run the server again to test it. No error so far. Then we have our foods here that we can now add the individual foods in. So we're going to move it from the pages, what we have, into the database. Barbecue dinner. And we have the description. And we have the image URL. We will save it. And then you can see what it looks like here. Here, we're going to stop the video and cover the remainder of the database in the next video. You should move all the, or copy all the data into the database one by one in preparation for the next video. Obviously, if you have the food in hard-coded into your pages.py, it's difficult to manage, and you can't have authentication, different types of your staff for your store updating the food. So we want to move this into the database and protect it with login, make it easier for your staff to add the images in here. You can go ahead and practice with your store until we release the next video, change the styling, think of the pictures that you want, get the database set up, and then in the next video, we'll just connect the database. We'll delete the hard-coded data, connect the database to this pages.py page, and then it'll be, you can at least edit it through the admin panel.